Nun di langit cahaya bersinar menyinari bumi merdeka. Dini masa buang permusuhan, padamkan sengketa di jiwa. Ayo buka pintu-pintu di hati, rapatkan jurang, satukan tekad azam untuk Malaysia. Ayo kita bersama bangunkan semula, rapatkan hatimu, hapuskanlah kebencian. Ayo kita zahirkan impian bersama, menjunjung semangat yang bernama keluarga Malaysia.
Thank you, Jazz. What a beautiful melody injected into that song. Thank you so much for that, man. And we would like to welcome you with that song to Talk to Terrence this week. We've got a special edition planned for you since we're all coming off the big National Day celebration, moving into Malaysia Day. We thought we'd host an icon, someone who's done Malaysia proud on the international stage. He is none other than Professor DATUK Jimmy CHOO, OBE. He'll be right here in the house talking to us about how he made it from very humble beginnings indeed, I won't spoil the story for you, to where he is at right now today, sitting on top of the mountain, people writing songs about him, people dropping his name in hip-hop tunes, people dropping his name in movies. He's everywhere. He is an icon, and he's definitely going to be someone that can inspire you to make a big change in your life, if that is what you aspire to be. Jimmy CHOO, you know, the next Malaysian brand to take it worldwide. We'll be back with this special conversation, but first up, of course, we're going to get fit as we move towards Malaysia Day. We have a special session where we're going to actually dissect the different training programs, bro splits, push-pull, leg splits, or total body. Which one will actually accommodate your fitness goals? We'll be finding out in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. Talk to Terrence. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Talk to Terrence. Thank you, Jazz, for that. Now, we are going to be having a conversation with a national icon very soon. We're on that high of celebrating National Day, and we're moving towards celebrating Malaysia Day. But Malaysia has always been, you know, connected with food, and there's nothing wrong with that. We have great food. We have the best food in the world, but we also don't have the most healthy people, and I've said this time and time again. So that is why on this show, you know, as we aspire towards Malaysia Day, we are going to try and get you healthier the closer we get to 16th of September. So I have with me here my guest, Daniel, who's a personal trainer. Welcome, bro. Thank you for joining us.
Yep. How's it going?
It's going good, man. Now, you've trained me before, so you know what I can and cannot do in the gym.
Sure. Yep.
So for now, I want to break down these training methods that people use. There's the bro splits, there's the push-pull leg split, and then there's the total body.
Okay.
So let's start with the good old bro split. What is it all about?
Okay, so actually bro split has been around since the golden age of bodybuilding, which was back in the 70s. Okay, so mainly it's about training each muscle at one session. In one session, the whole hour or the whole 2 hours is dedicated to just one muscle. Okay, example. Okay, on Monday, you kind of, when you go into the gym, you will definitely see everyone on
Lining up at the
lining
bench.
up, yeah, bench press, doing the chest press, bench press, everything chest.
It's
okay?
International Chest Day.
Yeah, International Chest Day. Okay.
Okay.
And then on the following day, which is Tuesday, usually you see people doing their back.
Yeah.
And then it goes on the other day. Maybe rest for one day and then continue with the shoulder and then with their arms. And most of these guys, they tend to skip the leg day.
Skip the legs. You're saying skip
Don't
the
do
legs.
that, okay?
You're saying skip the legs to me as if I don't do it. I used to do it, but I don't anymore. I've realized that leg day is so important. So now that we've covered bro splits, let's get into push-pull leg split. What is a push-pull leg split all about?
Okay, so when we talk about push-pull legs, okay, actually pull and push is actually the direction of the muscle that is moving, okay? So pushing, anything that is pushing, okay? And then pulling is everything that is pulling, okay? So when it comes to pushing, the main muscle work is chest, shoulder, and triceps. So just imagine in one session, you will work up to 3 muscles at least. Okay, and then when it comes to the pulling day, the muscle work is the back and biceps, and most of the time it's going to be the forearm as well. So it's I would call it the best bang for the buck because you are training different muscle group in a span of one session.
All right.
So the good side of it is that you can actually train same group of muscle 2 times in a week.
Ah.
Yeah.
So push-pull legs, and then you rest.
Then you rest, and then you repeat the same cycle.
Then you push-pull leg.
yeah.
So you hit it twice a week.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. What about a total body workout where you do every muscle group in every session, but probably maybe less attention is paid to each group?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, when it comes to the full body, it is actually catered more towards advanced lifter, I would say, because when it comes to all the novice or newbie, I would say, they would not have the ability to recover that fast. Okay, so let's say if they train their whole body, and then the next day they're gonna feel sore, and probably the next few days as well. So it's not really an efficient way for newbie.
Okay.
But if we talk about advanced lifter or maybe even athletes, yes, it could work for them.
It works for old men like me too. I mean, I enjoy a total body workout. Let me just share with you what I do at the gym. If I'm on a kind of building cycle, like I would like to get a bit bigger, which is what I'm doing now, then I opt for a push-pull leg split. But when I really want to kind of size down, then I prefer a total body. Does that make sense?
Well, it doesn't really make sense, I would say. Okay, it's just that when it comes to so these 2 splits, right? Push-pull leg and total body, you can actually vary the intensity and volume in these two method of programming.
Okay.
It doesn't matter really anyway.
All right.
It's
doesn't
just
matter.
that but then again, when it comes to bulking up or slimming down, it's more on the calories intake.
Of course,
Yes.
yeah, that is key. Yeah, and I know everyone's going to struggle with that.
Yep.
But it's also time factor.
Yeah.
When you do a bro split, you have to dedicate the whole 2 hours to one body
Definitely,
part.
yeah.
So what if Monday, Tuesday, it's good. You have the time, you have all the time in the world, you can hit the gym, and you can finish up your required sets and reps.
Yep.
But what if leg day rolls into town, and then suddenly you're busy on that day?
Yeah.
Then you decide to just skip the leg day.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
And then you end up with a huge upper body, but probably not so developed legs.
Yeah.
And I do believe that is a recipe for disaster waiting to happen. But anyway, with the push-pull legs, you get more balance. You manage to hit all the muscle groups. But with total body, which I am kind of pushing for, it is a way to get all your muscle groups hit, no matter what happens.
Okay, that's not the way to put it, but my conclusion on what's happening to you is you have a good recovery yourself, because you can pair that up with a good nutrition and good sleep, minimum 8 hours in a day. Yes, you can actually go on with that kind of training intensity.
All right,
that's fine.
Okay, so good nutrition, good sleep.
Good
That's
sleep.
also something we're missing.
Yeah, all these 3 must happen at the same time, most of the time.
So my producer's asking, what if you're busy, you can't hit the gym, and you can't even get out of your work clothes? Is there some way that you can cheat around and still work out?
Okay, so my philosophy is number one, no excuses.
All right.
Number two, yes, no excuses. Plus, you can actually work out in your
In
work
this?
clothes. Yeah, why not?
Okay, so I run the risk of tearing this before the interview with Professor Datuk Jimmy Choo. But anyway, let's go and get
Right.
some work done.
Come on.
All right, I'm
go.
in my suit and I don't know, should I unbutton it for this one?
Yeah,
I
okay.
should unbutton it for this one. So what are we doing?
Okay, so yeah, we've been talking a lot about legs, right?
Right.
So why don't we do a very simple leg workout, which is
Oh,
the
boy.
basic of every basic,
Okay,
air squats.
all right.
Okay, bodyweight squats. Okay, so let me show you one by one, okay, step by step. Okay, so standing position, your leg has to be around your shoulder width. Okay,
Alright.
so meaning that it's not too narrow, it's not too wide. Okay, shoulder width. Okay, looks good, right? Okay, so now chest up, all good, core tight. Okay, so every squat will start with a steep slight hip hinge. Okay, it's like this. Okay, slight hip hinge, and then you go down all the way. Okay, so this is the minimum depth. Okay, yeah, you can see. I mean, like my hip is lower than my knee.
Right.
Okay, and then go up.
All right, managed
Right.
to do that without tearing my pants.
Yeah.
So that's a good move
That's
that you
a
can
good
do while still in your suit.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay, okay, so since we've done lower body, so why don't we do some upper body stuff,
Okay.
okay? Which is the push-up.
Which is the push-up.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay, let's go.
button my suit for this one. Okay. So what's
Okay,
the proper form for push-up?
Okay, sure. So get into position. So usually people start their push-up, on the upper part. So for me, it's like, okay, start from the low.
Start from below.
Start from low, yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Start here.
Yeah, start there. Okay, and then push yourself up. Okay, that's good.
All right.
Okay, give me 3 more reps.
3 more reps.
Yeah.
Easy.
Nice. Last one. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm not even warmed up. How many
Yeah.
reps or sets should we do if you're in your work clothes?
Okay.
Because you don't want to get too tired.
Okay, right.
So what's your recommendation?
Okay, my recommendation is, okay, usually in the gym, right, we tend to do like 4 to 5 sets with 10 to 12 reps. Maybe we just cut just 1 or 2 sets out of it. So let's say 3 sets. 3 sets should do you justice, okay?
3 sets should do you
Yeah.
justice.
Yeah.
And this is the most important part. What is the first thing you grab after a workout?
Okay. To most people, it's the protein shake.
Right. I mean, to people who have access to
Yeah.
protein shake, what about, conventional food?
Conventional food, okay, just something that is high in protein, okay. Let's say quarter chicken from your favorite, deli. And then try to have some carbs as well, because a lot of people they kind of think that, carbs is the enemy, which is not. Okay, it will become one when you have too much of it.
Right.
So, don't forget the carbs.
Daniel, I think you're not being fair, man. You are in those visuals that we're seeing, doing a lot of kettlebell workouts and all that. How come you left out the kettlebells from your conversation just now?
Oh.
What's this obsession with kettlebells you got? Because I haven't seen you doing kettlebells last time.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna tell a bit story about all this. So I'm actually doing a sport called CrossFit.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you're one of those people.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. Okay, so yeah, my training is quite intense, almost the whole time, and it requires lots of barbells and then kettlebells as you've been saying. So yeah, it's to be honest, I would choose barbell more than kettlebell, but since that kettlebell is in my programming almost all the time, so yeah, I can't really leave them out. I mean, it's more like a hate and love relationship with kettlebells.
Why? Aren't they like easier to maneuver and?
Well, yeah, but it's just a preference on my side.
Right. So for people watching this right now, I mean, they are probably inspired to try to work out. See, you can do it even in your office clothes. What is your advice to a newbie who's hitting the gym? You know, he's faced with all these different programs, the bro splits, the push-pull leg splits, the total body, the CrossFit session, the WODs.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So, what should he or she gravitate to?
Okay, so I would say, okay, so since if you are a total newbie, right? So why don't you leave it to the professional? Okay, hire a good coach, personal trainer on your part. Okay, so and then okay, so let's say if you have no financial means to hire a personal trainer or a coach, I mean it's okay. You can, you know, because you know most of the people at the gym, they are actually the friendliest of all. Because it's all the big guys, they're actually friendly.
Yep.
You know, you can just make friends with them, try to, you know, have a small talk, you know, and because, you know, I've been working in the gym for the past 4 years, so, you know, I can kind of see all this happening around me, and, you know, they become best friends at the gym. So yeah, so you can learn from each other. It's just that the most difficult thing for most people is to get started.
Yes, right.
So that once you're in it, it will become your lifestyle.
And men and women,
Yeah.
is there a difference when it comes to training?
I would say, okay, when it comes to preference, yes. But when it comes to programming, it doesn't really makes much difference. You know, men and women both can do, both can do good with push-pull leg, even the bro splits if they choose to. So yeah,
Both
it's just
can
that,
do
yeah.
push-ups, both can do squats
Yeah.
in their working clothes.
Yeah.
Daniel, because we're heading towards Malaysia Day,
Yeah.
do you have a Malaysia Day message for all the fitness enthusiasts and also fitness newbies out there?
Well, I'm just gonna make it simple lah. Majulah sukan untuk negara.
All right, what a cliche. But anyway, yes, you have to start at that fitness foundation in order for there to be sport. Thank you very much, Daniel, for
Okay.
joining us. It's been a
Okay,
pleasure.
Terrence.
And that workout was pretty good. I hope that you guys try it as well. And do follow Daniel on all his socials so you can find out how you can make Daniel here a part of your program in the near future. We're going to take a short breather. When we come back, we'll have the man of the hour, the icon, the one and only Professor Datuk Jimmy Choo, OBE, in the house. Welcome back to Talk to Terrence. Now, my next guest really needs no introduction, so I don't think we're going to go into that. Let's bring him on straight away. He's a national icon, a national treasure, the one and only Professor Datuk Jimmy Choo, OB.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots, I'm gonna walk all over you.
Hi.
Welcome, sir.
afternoon.
Thank
Good
you
afternoon.
very much for coming.
Yep, sure.
Please,
Yep.
Datuk. I hope you're doing good.
Very good. So happy to see everyone here.
Welcome to the show, Datuk. And
Thank you.
We are truly privileged that you have accepted our offer to be on the show.
Well, this is my honors, become an RTM, interviewed by my good friend here.
Oh, wow.
What's the honors?
Somebody please make sure you have that on repeat every time you get onto TikTok. You plug that in, make sure it goes viral. Datuk Jimmy Choo just called me his good friend.
course. Yeah.
All right, we're going to get started, Datuk. But, every Malaysian knows your story.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to the very beginning. How did you actually find that passion? Could you walk us down memory lane a little bit? Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, when I was 11 years old, I was designing a pair of shoes for my mom for a birthday. Well, in the old day, I don't have much pocket money, isn't it? So I can do is design a pair of shoes for my mom. Why? Because in the old day, when we finish the school, we finish our homework, we watch the parent and the master to do the shoe, designing the shoe. So I pick up the knowledge, the skill from my father, from my master. So I say to myself, the best present is what? The present is maybe I should design a pair of shoes give to mom. So I decided a pair of shoes, give to my mom the birthday, and she's so happy, and she tears. Oh my God! Never thought about my son. They can meet a pair of shoes. But to say that in the old day, a lot of young boy, 12 years old, when they left the school, they didn't have further education. They all become a skill, learning the skill. That's why in the old day, we got so many craftsmen, got so many masters, who can create so many things as well. But now the 12 years old boy, the parent, our country, we say the education better.
Right.
I believe that as well. Education more important first. You should have a very good knowledge. Since then, I fall in love with fashion. I think maybe one day, if I have a chance, I can go overseas to study. So in 1980, I went to London to study culinary college. Then from there, I fall in love with fashion. I learned the skill from the teacher in UK. There, where I am. That's how I start.
But high fashion, Datuk, from where you started, making shoes for your mom, to high fashion, what gave you that confidence that you could actually produce shoes that belonged in that high fashion conversation?
Well, that's why a lot of people they don't believe, they don't understand as well. I'm so lucky because before I went to London, Korea to study, those days I have the skill. I know how to designing the shoe. I know how to cut a pattern. I know how to make the shoe. But because I know how to make a shoe, I know how to design a shoe. So when I went to Korea study, I had to study hard because as a foreign student, you have to be hard study, hard working and learning all the skill from the teacher as well. So I'm always have my result for distinction. So because I know how to make the shoe myself, I remember when 1988, when I starting my own label, Jimmy Choo label, 1988. But 86, there's nobody going to make shoe for me. Because why I'm a foreigner, the factory people, no, I cannot make shoe for you. They stop all my production, you see. So lucky I know how to make my shoe. So because I know how to make my shoe, designing my shoe, so in the London Fashion Week, I can show my design. That's how I am, have a day today. If I don't know how to make a shoe, I have the factory helping me. Nobody help me. You wouldn't have a Jimmy Choo label today.
We'll talk about this a little bit later, Dato', on how you're inspiring the next generation. But do you think that quality that you had in yourself, the desire to work harder than anyone else because you were a foreign student in London, that desire to learn a craft, perfect and master it, do you think that is lacking in the younger generation today?
Well, now the younger generation as well, they can become Jimmy Choo as well, like me as well. It's not say you're working hard, spend a lot of time, you can achieve what you are, But you have to think as well. You have to have a very good creativity mind, not just I can do something. Creativity mind is very important. You have to come up with a new design, new idea. If you don't understand, you ask people. That's my parents always say. If you don't understand, you should ask. A lot of people, they don't ask. I don't want to ask people, I know everything. You cannot be there. Some of them cannot make it successful. God's not, it's not helping me. Everyone helping you, you should ask. You should be think. In the old day when I started my design, in the Metropolitan Hospital, nobody come. People don't like to go to hospital to buy shoe, They're scared about hospital, in the old day, hospital closed. But you have to think about if customer come, what we do? You think about something else, You can make some cheaper shoe, You can sell, you make if from the cheaper shoe you sell them, you can save the money and, and do what you want to do, like the couture shoe, If you say cannot do it, you always cannot do it. You must believe yourself, confident yourself.
Some early motivational quotes that I'm sure will resonate throughout this interview because we're going to get into how Dato' is inspiring the next generation shortly. But I want to go back to your time in London. Who were your early heroes back then?
My early hero is, I believe because as a Malaysian child, we always remember, when you drink water, where the water come from. That's my parent. Because my parent taught me how designing shoe, making shoe. And more important, when I start my business, My father putting all the pension money, for me to start my business.
Wow.
If I cannot make it, then everything finished. I'll be feel sorry and feel very hard to face my parents, because we are not rich family, but we are not poor family. Because we have, if you want money, you want a living, you work. See? We never begging people for money or that. I feel very proud. If you haven't got money, you work. My father, my mom work. So I say to myself, if I get money from my father, if I cannot make it, what should I do? But I believe I can make it. I firmly believe I can make it but I'm not sure I'll be famous all over the world. But I know I can make a good living as well. So I believe myself. I work hard. If I can go straight, I turn right. I turn left and right. I find a way to make money to survive myself. So the next, my teacher. Without my teacher in Korea to give me the knowledge, to patient, and taught me how to design and knowledge, I wouldn't be here today as well. So the parent and the teacher who helping me is very, very important to me as well.
So these are his early heroes. I hope that you take away that message of gratitude that shines through from what you just said, Dato'. When we look at heroes that inspire us, I'm sure that a lot of young people look up to you. When they think high fashion, couture, London, and international stardom, they look at you. But what was that moment that took you from just someone who started out designing shoes to international superstardom? Do you recall that one moment in time that changed everything for you?
I think so. I'm pretty sure very lucky. During the 1986, when I started my Jimmy Choo label at the time, so when I first time show my design in the London Fashion Week, I have this lady called Kate, and she worked for the Vogue magazine. It's the most powerful stylist called Sarah Jane Hall assistant. She saw the shoe in the London Fashion Week. She called up, they said, Jimmy, I want to feature your shoe.
Wow.
I think I got no PR. I got no money as well. You have to know, as a fashion designer, you need to have a PR to promote you and all that thing as well. See? But I'm so lucky, but also the design unusual as well. Luck we need luck as well, but we need to have a true story, true production, and show the people. The press and buyer, they see the thing different and all that thing. So I'm very lucky because the Kate saw my shoe, give me the opportunity. So after the Vogue magazine 1988, give me 8-page editorial in the Vogue magazine.
Wow.
Which I got no money to. I had no money to pay. Even this editorial is not advertising. Advertising on the right, you pay 6,000. Left, right, you have to pay 8,000. So it's a lot of money. But from that on, all the magazine, radio station, and all that, people from New York, Spain, and Italy, Paris, they all come to me. They ask the shoe for editorial. All the designers also come to me. The fashion top, the helmet lamp, Paul Smith, you name them. The UK designer, they all come to me, ask me designing the shoe for the catwalk show.
And not only that, royalty as well.
We have lawyer, in London we have a lot of lawyer, the Queen, the Princess, the high society as well. But why those people come to me? I think we have the responsibility as well. Whatever we do, we have the responsibility. Make sure the shoe are comfortable. Make sure that you can deliver for them. It doesn't matter, not enough sleep, not enough thing. You must finish. Once you promise, you have to do it as well. So you build up the reputation, people come to you. I think.
There you go. More pearls of wisdom. I think if you're starting out in this industry and you're finding it difficult, these are some of the lines that you can fall back on to really reinforce your belief. If you already have that belief, I think that all that is needed is further building blocks to help create that empire you want for yourself. So we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll talk about some of the challenges that Dato' Jimmy Choo faced in his career, having ascended to the mountaintop. We'll be talking about the challenges and how he persevered right after this. Welcome Welcome back to Talk to Terrence. We are in conversation today with a Malaysian icon, Professor Datuk Jimmy Choo, OBE, the one and only. He is still very much proud of being Malaysian, and we're going to get into that shortly. But for now, since we've already talked about the progress of your career, from making shoes for your mom to going to London, studying, and then producing your own shoes, to then getting recognized by Vogue and attaining a taste of international stardom, having curated shoes for royalty and fashion moguls around the world. What were some of the challenges you face once you summit that mountain and you're right there on top, looking down on the empire that you built? What were some of the challenges?
Well, I think from beginnings when I started my Jimmy Choo label at the time, it was very difficult as well. Because I'm in the, one of the old hospital, which not many people want to come to hospital as well. I don't know why. They're scared and all, you know, every time they come, oh, I have to put my course or put something in to get in your workshop and all that thing as well. It got no customer turn up as well. So my parents, my mom were helping me and all that, but no customer come. Very difficult, very difficult. So if you difficult one, what are you going to do? A lot of people get fed up, pack up. Do something else. Maybe go to a restaurant, you know, waitressing or manager, you get a lot of money and comfortable life. But I don't want to think something like and say, look, I cannot make it. I have confidence in myself. I want to meet the business great. I want to meet the Jimmy Choo successful. So what I'm doing, I started making those economic sandal, cheaper sandal, and sell in the market, which is selling very good because it's more easy for me as a designer, shoemaker, to design a simple sandal, easy to sell. During those days, market's very good. Every Sunday, if I make 50 pair or 100 pair, I sell them. So the money flow in, so I can start my couture business. I can pay the rent. I can, you know, have a roadstar, Chinatown, and all that. Life change, you see. But you have to firmly believe yourself. This day I tell everyone, the young people or the older age later people, you have to believe yourself. Keep going. As long as you keep going, you do something else, you support yourself. Definitely, no doubt. You know, everything can move on. Believe yourself, trust yourself, sincere to people. Anything you don't understand, you ask. Definitely you can make it. But more important, you have to treat people with respect as well. You don't argue with people, everything, you know. Just nice to people. Doesn't matter they are English, you know, every Indian or any, they're all friends. You treat yourself like this one, you know. They definitely can make it.
Do you have any of those early shoes still with you? Because I think if you have one of those early shoes, the simple sandals you made, that one is going to be something that everybody wants to have right now.
I think so. We still have a couple of pair in London as well. Definitely we have some sandals as well. But that's what I'm saying to the young people, you know, the student, whatever you turn to do, believe yourself, keep going. Definitely you make it. Maybe you won't be all over the world. At least you can make a better living. You can have a business. You can employ people. You can meet the economic goal. You know, you can meet the country, you know, forward as well. Definitely.
But a lot of successful people, once they reach the top, they kind of crumble under the weight of success, or maybe success gets to their head. But with you sitting here talking to you, I can realize that you're still very much in touch with your roots. You're very down to earth. How did you maintain that persona, even though you are Professor Datuk Jimmy Choo, OBE?
No, I believe I'm still a human. More important, I'm a Malaysian. Malaysia is a humble country. We got Chinese, we got Indian, we got Malay. We all united together, you know. We love each other, we share knowledge, you know. We share the food each other, you see. It's no big deal you become a famous and all that. All right, I will travel all over the world, people respect me, you know. The press, you know, very easy and do interview everything. But I'm still, you know, I come from a simple family. I would say beginning, my father is not rich, my mom is not rich, but inside our heart is very, very rich. Because why? We work every penny for ourselves. We are not poor. My father, my mom's a hero to me, you see. So you have to think like that, simple with people. The more simple you are, the more happiness you have. If you can help, you help people. I'm always say, if I can help anyone, I help. Then everything come up better thing for me. I believe you treat people nice, people always treat you nice. But very important, remember, don't lose your temper. Whatever you do, don't lose your temper. Don't argue with anyone. Respect the law and order in our country. We can make it very strong. Love the country, love everyone. Definitely Malaysia will be tiger again.
Tiger again. We're on our way for sure with individuals like you to inspire and help us look up to what we could be. Because you were there, you are still there at the mountaintop as someone everyone respects. When we talk about couture, why is this something to aim for? Why did you aim to design couture in the first place?
Well, I think couture is a personal touch, you know. If I'm selling those ready-to-wear shoes, it's great, you know. You can make a lot of money, you know, have a business all over the world. But couture, that's how I start in the beginning. You see, you know, it's a human touch. When you see the lady, you know, the mom, the daughter come to you, I want a pair of wedding shoe, you know. It's difficult to buy a shoe because we have to remember our feet are different size. You got one bigger, one smaller, one longer, one shorter. So it's a personal touch, you know. If you can design something for people, although sometimes I look at myself, I'm a designer, I'm a shoemaker, but I'm a little bit like knowledge to heal people's feet, you know. Sometimes people cannot, in UK, some of them, Euro people, they cannot pronounce my name, Mr. Chu, they call Mr. You know, Dr. Chu, Dr. something like that, Dr. Chu, something like that. Yeah. So I you know, helping people, couture is a personal touch. Because once you know how to do couture shoe, you understand the whole design, understand the whole process. You can make ready shoe very easily because you understand them. You understand the balance. You understand the good looking. You understand the elegant. So the knowledge I like to passing on. That's why I like to have I love education. I love to open at my school. I just opened a school last year in London. You know, JCA.
Yes.
So education is very important. You know, my father always say to me, pass on your skill. Pass on your skill. You know.
And we're going to talk about how you're passing on your skills to the next generation shortly. We'll come back and talk to our guest, the icon himself, about how he's inspiring a whole new generation of couture shoemakers in the fashion industry. Don't go anywhere. Talk to Terrence. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Talk to Terrence. This has been a very special edition indeed. We're in conversation with the one and only Professor Datuk Jimmy Chew, OBE, and we are going to be finding out a little bit more about how he is giving back to the next generation of designers. But before that, Datuk, you don't just do shoes. You're also into designing dresses. Talk to us about how you ventured from shoes into high fashion.
Well, in the old days, in London, I've been making the couture shoe for almost 40 years, you know. So I see, you know, all my customers, every time they come, they bring the wedding dress, bring the sketch and all the thing. I want to matching up. I want to matching up with my, you know, with my dress and all that. Even the late Princess Diana, I designed shoe for her for 7 years.
Wow.
Wherever she traveled to a different country, India, Korea, Japan, also the same. She showed me all the dress, everything. I was designing the shoe and matching up for them. So in talking about 40 years, I've been looking at all the sketch, everything as well. So I said to myself, one day I want to do wedding dress myself and the government. So 5 years ago, I met my nephew in Shanghai. She said, Uncle, I must start my wedding dress line in Shanghai. But I need Uncle to join me as a creative director. So 5 years ago, I was working with him. Our first fashion show in Shanghai, we have a lot of media interesting, talking about news and all that, you know. After 5 years now, we do a show in Barcelona, we do a show in New York, Paris, and London, all over the place. That's what I want, because education in the fashion as well, then. So the wedding dress can fit into my education. Why? When they finish the study, they can train. They have an eye open and see how the craftsmen do all that kind of thing as well. So the Attila is very, very established in China, now all over the place. I opened my first shop in PSC September. So more people can see the wedding dress, more students can visit, my shop and all that. Not only Malaysia, all over the people, all over the country, all over the world. And they want to come and see, have the experience, see how we do the show, how my team designing the thing. They also can, We're Malaysian. We welcome all over the people coming here. You know why? They'll bring more economy for me. I'm a tourism ambassador for 8 years. I've been working with 3 ministers. So tourism also very important to us. Bring more finance, bring more visitors in my country, you see. So the show, to me, very important. The Attila shop in PSC. Then December, I'll be opening my shop in London again.
Wow.
So more benefit. Europe people can see the shop. Europe student, my JCA school, the student can be there. I have to thanks to my partner, Steven Smith, and partner Ha. Give me opportunity. We joined together. We opened our school JCA in the Mayfair, the heart of the London.
Yeah, Mayfair, that's the most expensive block on the Monopoly board. That is prime location.
I think very lucky we got people support, believe our vision. But our JCA Academy, not only the academy, but we also have a shop next to our school. So when they finish the study, BA, MA, they have a chance to show the design in our shop. So the buyer, the press, they all can come to shop as view as well.
You're providing a much more conducive environment than the old hospital that you were in.
No, because they're good as well. I mean, if you want to do business, you must think about central London. That's why I'm saying beginning you work very hard. It doesn't matter, you're doing cheap shoe and all that. When you meet your living, when you meet your finance, you can move on to a better area. Then you're convenient for more people to see a design, to say hello to you and all that as well. So believe yourself, do something right do something right. Definitely you can make it as well. I think.
You've drizzled these 3 alphabets, JCA, all throughout the interview. Can you tell us about your school and why you decided it's time for you to set up this institution of fashion higher learning?
Well, because before I've been working with British Council for many years. I've been working with UAL, St. Martin, LCF. They bring me to travel different parts of the world almost 10 years ago, to the China, India, Korea, Japan, to promote the education for the UK. When we work with the British Council, they not only promote your St. Martin, LCF, to promote the whole England education, like a family together. So when they're to talk about education, promote the country, promote education for UK. So I say to myself, one day maybe it's good to have one of my own school. So I'm very lucky I met my partner, Steven Smith, and the partner Ha. They say, "Look, Jimmy, I have experience in education for many, many years. But you have the reputation, you have the name. We work together." So we've been talking, but very difficult as well because the COVID, for 2.5 years and all that thing as well. But thank God, Steven and Ha, they're working very hard. The meeting go forward and it's open last year, September. We have a lot of students coming in and all that thing, So I hope with our knowledge, our heart, we can provide more students, make them successful, make them have a better knowledge. Of course, I love Malaysian students, also can go to JCA school study as well.
Yes, that's definitely something I'm sure you're personally looking forward to, because who knows, we could have another brand just like yours out there internationally from Malaysia. Speaking of the country, we are celebrating our National Day real soon. We also have Hari Malaysia on the 16th of September. As a Malaysian, you have maintained that identity despite being abroad for so long. You've always said, I'm a Malaysian, and that is something that we are proud of. Every time we look at, wow, Jimmy Choo, he is Malaysian. We're so proud of that. Can you tell us, what is it about Malaysia that inspires you, that makes you feel that patriotism?
Well, when I was young, I born in Penang, so in old day, my parents, we mixed with a lot of We miss a lot of uncle, brother, sister. You know, we have got Malay friend, Indian friend, Chinese friend. We all sit down together. We have a tea tale, we have nasi lemak. We talk about, you know, whatever you got problem, you can shout, "Hey, abang, mari sini boleh ke?" Ah, boleh. They all come in to help each other. See, so I want to think about, because, you know, we united together. We are a nation. You know, we help each other. We want to be treat everyone the same. Not only in Malaysia, the whole world, you know. So if you have that kind of heart, you're thinking about love, definitely, you know, you can love everyone. Right?
Absolutely.
So as a Malaysian, I feel proud of Malaysia. So when I go, even the Merdeka Day, I'm not in Malaysia, I'm in London. We also celebrate with the High Commissioner, with some friend. We see, you know, a friend, hey, happy Merdeka Day and all that thing as well. I'm a Malaysian. Wherever I go, you know, I tell them I'm a Malaysian. I feel proud as a Malaysian. So I want to promote Malaysia, promote myself, my country. That's why I'm a tourism ambassador for 3 ministers. We bring a lot of, I work with Minister Tan Sri Yang. We go to London and promote every year. We got Chelsea Flower Show. We talk about country and all that thing as well. Because the press very kind to me. They're willing to do an interview to talk about, or they come to my Malaysia to write about the country, they take picture, talk about story, you know. The best word, the titale, Tiulan, Chao Kway Teow, well, you name everything, you know, let's see everything there, you know.
Right, that's beautiful. And since, you know, you brought up the Penang part, I can end with this and say, in Penang, there's this saying in Hokkien, "Pau sua, pau hai."
Yeah, that's right. Pau kaliao, pau kaliao, yeah. That's right.
So you have the shoes, you have the dress couture, the wedding dress couture. You also have the school.
Yep.
Pau kaliao liao.
Everything, but more important in my heart, I want everything, you know, in my whole Malaysia, the whole world, healthy. Everyone healthy. Everyone think about environment. You know, whatever we do, we think about health. You know, when you eat food, everything, you know, plastic bag, everything, you should keep it very tidy, you know, keep the environment clean, then everything will be safe as well. More important, we have to remember, we love everyone. There's no, you know, no, either a bigger country, small country, everyone the same.
Absolutely.
Everyone, because why? Our nation want health country. Our nation want peaceful. To meet the economy going, to keep our parents have a better food, to meet our children have better education. Peaceful, very important to us.
Absolutely.
You see our country very peaceful. What's the problem? No problem, see? You know, everyone got food. Everybody have education. Everyone have a house to live. No homeless. Very important, see? That's what Malaysia. That's why I'm proud of Malaysia. I'm a Malaysian citizen.
Absolutely.
Anak-anak Malaysia.
Sememangnya itu adalah semangat dalam hati kita sebagai keluarga Malaysia yang besar. As a Malaysian family, we are united in that same thinking. And I know some people who don't understand Hokkien just now was wondering what's this Pau Sua, Pau Hai thing.
Design.
Pau Sua, sea also take Hai, mountain.
That's
Pau,
right.
mountain.
Yes,
mountain
right.
also take,
Everything.
which is Malaysia. We have sea, we have mountain. So Malaysia is truly embodying that Pau Sua, Pau Hai mentality. I hope that you have taken something away from this interview, something that sparked that desire for you to do better for yourself and for the country. One final message from you, sir, to everybody watching this show right now.
Was as a Malaysia, kalau ke Malaysia, takut bersama. Saya anak-anak Malaysian. Terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us in conversation, sir. It's been a true pleasure.
Thank you very much.
With this icon, and pearls of wisdom were just dropping. I hope that you guys have definitely picked up something. And if you are inspired enough to go to JCA, you'll be sitting under that learning tree, learning from the master himself, and you will definitely be inspired to be that next Jimmy Choo. We're looking forward to seeing more Malaysian brands take off in light of that inspiration, and we're looking forward to also having you back on the show one day, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
For
thank you,
coming on
man,
board.
for a wonderful host, and thank you, man, for the whole team. Give me the opportunity to be here today. Thank you, man, and happy Merdeka Day.
Our
wish
pleasure.
everyone more healthy and more peaceful, and go forward and get a better living for our country. Thank you, man.
So on that note, we've come to the end of this special edition of Talk to Terrence. We'll be signing off with this very familiar tune. Jazz, take us home.
Demi negara yang tercinta, dicurahkan bagi penuh setia. Demi raja yang disanjung tinggi, kesetiaan tak berbelah bagi. Kepada pemimpin, kepada rakyat, khidmat diberi penuh taat. Sama bekerja, sama berusaha, setia berhikmat untuk semua, rela berkorban apa saja. Amanah bangsa tetap dijaga. Kami berikat penuh setia untuk agama bangsa.